We're going to open up Media Day here at the brand new Juliet in downtown Joliet at the corners of Cass and Chicago. An exciting evening, a great afternoon. We're going to meet a lot of wonderful people, and we're going to start off with the mayor of the city of Joliet, Tom Girani.
Richard, good to see you. Great to be here. It's beautiful. The job they did, they kept some of the old decor and added a little new, but they really did a great job.
Yeah, they certainly have, and they look like they've invited media, they've invited city council, they've invited numerous folks.
Right, judges. I've talked to some judges that are coming. In fact, I run into Carmen's father, Judge Rossi, just a little bit ago, and we were talking about it. He's supposed to be coming down later, sure.
Good. Well, we've got people going back and forth. It's a busy place. Right. We thank you.
Thank you.
And enjoy.
It's great to be here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Richard.
Carmen Rossi.
Sir, pleasure.
It's a great pleasure to meet you. Welcome to Joliet, and welcome to Juliet.
Welcome to Juliet's. That's right. You beat me to it.
Tell me about the concept. Tell me about the restaurant, and we'll share it with our viewers.
Very good. So this is my 6th restaurant, but it is my first in Will County, which is very important to me because I am from Will County. I'm from Frankfort, close, just down the street, down Route 30. And this is Juliet's, as you can see. We're standing in the bar area, the front bar. We have a full-service bar, a great number of wines, which I'm going to return to. But the idea is this is more casual for lunch, obviously a number of TVs, sport atmosphere. You'll see over here is the dining room behind you. The dining room is an Italian-inspired, a little bit more of a formal setting. We are pairing a number of our wines with certain classic Italian dishes. We have a food offering that is geared toward families. We're doing pizza, a number of pastas, obviously your traditional sandwiches, steak. And then upstairs on the 2nd floor, we have space, lounge space for more intimate gatherings, be it a bachelorette party, a wedding shower. We've got private event space for corporate events, and our 2nd bar is a wine bar. So what we have is a draft system, essentially a tap system, but we're similar to beer, but instead they're hooked up to 16 different rotating wines. So if you want to try different wines, you can pour your own tap straight from the wine tap. And what the challenge is 3 complementary concepts fused into one. You have a sport bar, you have a dining room, and then lounge and private event space. So there is Juliet.
I happen to have the menu right here.
Oh, wonderful.
And we're going to take a close look at it. You look at the menu, and we'll go through the menu a little bit. Spontino. Is that correct? Those are just snacks?
Pardon?
Those are
yes,
snacks for
Spontino.
after the theater?
You know, it's snacks, a little bit lighter, share plates. So then you move into what we have is, this is a bit more of a condensed lunch menu. So we are going to be doing a lunch menu and then a dining room.
All right.
But essentially the same. The pastas are some of our featured regions is a little bit more of a southern cuisine, Italian southern. But then you go into, as I said, pizza, sandwiches, traditional, and a lot of seafood, steak. You know, if you're coming here ready to eat, we're ready to serve you.
You know, what are the hours?
We are open Tuesday through Sunday from 11 a.m. to close. Okay. And I say close meaning we could stay open till 3 a.m. but until the last.
Well, it depends. This is great news for those of you who go to the Rialto Theater. Also, those of you who go to Mojo's. The entertainment downtown, and there'll be more entertainment coming. Carmen, this is so great to have you down here. We thank you again, we really appreciate it, because where we're standing right now at Cass in Chicago is the heart of downtown Joliet, and downtown Joliet is the heart of Will County. And so you got all this stuff going for you in a city that is really on the go, and won't be long across the street we'll have a lockdown coming on.
Very exciting.
And I can tell you that the vibe out there right now is all about Carmen Rossi and Juliet.
Too kind. Too kind. Well, sir.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Now, we need to be fair about this. You mentioned other restaurants. Where are your other restaurants?
I have 5 in the city of Chicago. So I have one in downtown River North, Hubbard Inn. It's on Hubbard Street. It is a European-inspired restaurant. I have a barbecue restaurant in Lincoln Park, Barn & Company, an American sports bar in Lincoln Park called Lincoln Avenue Social. 63 is in Rogers Park, and on Wells in Old Town is Pomp and Circumstance.
From a culinary standpoint, you get everything covered, and from a geographic standpoint, you get everything covered.
I couldn't be more excited to be here. I really can. This is my first project back at home in Will County, as you said, in the heart of Joliet, the heart of Will County, and a historic city in the state of Illinois. So we're excited.
And a great-looking building, and of course, you've seen all those rooms as Carmen has sort of toured us through the different rooms. You've looked at them. I love the dining room. You've got the pictures of both Chicago, and then you've got some Italian pictures in there. Sinatra was singing in the background when I was in there. And so it's a great place, once again, for meetings, banquets, bridal showers, bachelorette parties, bar mitzvahs, you name it.
You name it. We'll take you. JulietsTavern.com. That's where you can visit us.
We'll put that on the screen for you so you have that as well.
Sir.
Again, I know you're busy. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. Thank you very
We're
much
going to continue with the folks from Juliet and some of the folks who are here celebrating Media Day at the opening of Juliet in downtown Joliet. We have Eric Stark, who is a managing partner and the man who you're going to see a lot of here at Juliet. And first of all, tell me what you're going to be doing at Juliet for the folks when they're going to look you up. They're going to come in here and they're going to look for Mr. Stark.
I'll be here on a day-to-day basis, taking care of the community, serving the needs of the customers here, making sure everyone's happy, handling the few that aren't, and making sure everyone comes back again and enjoys everything that we have to offer.
Great. Let me ask, there's 5 restaurants. Is this the 6th one or the 5th one?
This is the 5th one as of right now. There's a 6th that'll be going into Chicago in the next month or 2. They're still under construction downtown as well.
Okay, now I did talk with the partner, Carmen
Yes.
Rossi, and he told me the different kind of restaurants. What makes this one unique?
This one's unique just because it's that classic old Italian fare, quality ingredients, just a trained chef who's come from, has a very, very broad background. He's worked Medina, he's worked at Trump Tower. He opened a lot of great places, got a lot of great experience, just a lot of great people coming together and putting together a fantastic product in downtown Joliet.
Well, I can tell you right now, we'll be talking to some of these folks who are here today, but everyone seems to be having a great time. Congratulations, by the way, to you and Pat Brickhouse for the invites, because you get all the people in here today who are great spheres of influences on their own, and in addition to social media and all your other advertising and marketing, these people will be your search engines.
Very good. I'm glad to have you. If there's ever anything I can do for anyone, come on down to Juliet's and let me know.
We'll do that. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
From race fan rally to concerts at Silver Cross Field to cruise nights, just about every event that I've been at. Mike Turk, you're there.
I try to be, Richard.
What do you think? A brand new opening, brand new restaurant.
It's beautiful. I wish Carmen a lot of luck, and I hope that, I know what I've tasted so far, the quality of the food is excellent, and everyone should give it a try, and thank him for coming down here.
He's so young.
He is.
For 5, this is the 5th restaurant. They're opening a 6th one in another month or so in Chicago,
Right,
I think.
a lot of them in Chicago and a couple of the suburbs, but native of Frankfurt, so he knows the area, so I think he'll be successful, and hopefully it'll bring a lot of people down here.
We thank his mom and dad for making sure that he was here in Will County.
Absolutely.
And coming back and supporting Will County and Joliet. He's excited. We're excited. We hope you are too. Chicago and Cass, and great restaurant. Opening now. It's open now. Tuesday through Sunday are the days they're open. So come on down and discover, explore, and enjoy.
And that's great too, because there's so many things that aren't open on Sunday down
That's
here.
right.
So, and another one opening across the street probably this winter, and which I think they'll have some great food also, and they'll complement Mojo's, I think, with the music. So some good things.
Downtown we're going to have Juliet. In a couple of months we'll have Lockdown. And we got a new, brand new restaurant, the Tin Roof, just a half a block away, if even that. And just a lot of things happening once again in downtown Joliet. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, sir. You know, there's so many great people here this afternoon and this evening. It's kind of transition time here. And in the mix of all the people here, I have a good friend who was just on Channel 6 with us a few days ago, promoting and excited about the great event coming up, which by the time you see this, it will have been completed. A salute to Earl D'Amico, who's here tonight. We'll see if we can visit with him a little bit. But Greg Peerbo from our own historical museum, the Joliet Historical Museum, and what do you think?
Amazing. Amazing. The decor, it's very historically oriented in here, and of course we love that at the museum. So I'm very impressed, very blown away. Food and drink is wonderful. I have to get home before I get in trouble here.
You know, I think, now I didn't talk to Carmen Rossi, the owner. Maybe we'll get something from the chef when he talks about it. But Juliet, if my history is correct, now you should know this, Juliet was the original name?
That is correct. It was the original name of the city of Joliet. It was actually changed. It was thought to be a corruption of the explorer Joliet, his name, and actually President Martin Van Buren was the one who suggested that we change it back to the historically accurate Joliet. But for its first few years of existence, we were known as Juliet. So again, very historically proper.
Yeah,
like scoring big points with us tonight.
And that president is no longer here, so we've decided, since he's gone, we're going to name the restaurant Juliet.
You're right. If a Van Buren's comes in down the street, then we'll watch out for that.
Well,
But we're good for now.
Yeah, right, exactly. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
and
Richard.
Again, thank you for a great time of Saturday. Just another one of many, many events. By the way, we do have time to say this about it. Coming up, the day after Thanksgiving is a huge day in downtown Joliet, and a huge day for the Joliet Historical Museum. Can you just give them just a little teaser about what's going to happen, and plan on being down here all day, the day after Thanksgiving?
One word, frozen.
Ah, yes. There's a teaser for you. What does that mean to you? Has nothing to do with the weather, by the way, okay? Thank you, Greg. Thank you. Take care. All right, take care. We were able to get Thomas Murtaugh, by the way. Chef, thank you so much. Take a minute or two out here. A busy, busy night. Great afternoon at the opening of Juliet and Joliet. Juliet and Joliet, I love that. Do you know that this Juliet was the original name of Joliet?
I do, actually, and Romeoville used to be called Romeo.
And there you have the romance that all you chefs love, right? Now, do you throw things and stuff like that we see on TV?
No.
Tell us a little bit about your background.
A little bit about my background. I was executive chef at a couple different restaurants. Some of my more glamorous places that I've worked at have been Trump Towers. I opened Trump Towers in 2008. Worked under 2 different Michelin star chefs. Also worked at Medina Country Club underneath Certified Master Chef.
That's great. That's fantastic. You know, we'll probably have to have you visit and lecture at Joliet Junior College, because we have a well-known culinary school here in Joliet, and we're proud to have you here. What, if the folks are going to come in here in the next couple of days or weeks or so forth, what 2 things would you recommend they order on the entrees? Let's look for the dinner menu. You can say everything, I know that, but is there one or 2?
Well, as cuts of meat go, ribeye is always my favorite, and you can never go wrong with salmon. But I do believe our swordfish is very delicious.
Great. Do you work out? You work out, don't you? You can get this body that's not working out. It's fantastic. Great talking with you. Thank you so much. Food tonight has been fantastic. Service has been great. We wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.
Take care. Everyone but everyone is here, and Councilman Odekirk is here as well. First of all, thank you for taking time out.
Thank you. How
You're
are you?
making the rounds today.
Yes.
And so what do you think?
I think it looks great. And I think what's really impressive to me is that these owners have prior restaurant experience. and that they've chosen downtown Joliet. I think it's a great sign for what we're doing here. They're not necessarily local people, they're outsiders that are choosing to invest here in Joliet.
But now, Carmen is from Will County.
He is.
And from Frankfurt. But this is the 5th restaurant. And the fact of the matter is that I'm talking to the chef, talking to the owner, talking to the manager, managing partner, I should say. All of these men so far are just so much experience that not someone who says, well, gee, I think we'll open up a restaurant. They've done some research, they've analyzed the area, and they've said Joliet.
They have, and they've been successful, which is important. I think the arrow's really pointing up for downtown. I think we've turned the corner. There's a lot of work still to do, but I think this is a great step forward for us.
Well, thank you for coming, and thank you for stopping by, and thank you for what you do in the council.
Thank you very much.
Take care. Didn't we just interview your uncle here a couple of weeks ago?
You may have. Bernie, he was probably down here. He's all over the place.
He is a great guy, wonderful stories. But we want a story right from our Councilman John Girl is here, if you didn't know that. And I'm asking everyone a response. But did you get a chance to eat any of the...
I actually just walked in, so I have not had a chance to try any of the food, but it looks absolutely delicious.
Yeah, it is delicious.
Yeah.
And you need to get upstairs as well.
You know what? I've actually, when it was the old department, we actually had our 30th high school reunion up there, and it's a marvelous facility. I actually came down a couple weeks ago just to see how they were doing, and the upstairs looks even better than when it did before. And I'll tell you, what a great location. We are so excited for the owners, and we want to see Juliet do well in Joliet, right?
They will.
I think they will. I think they're going to they have excellent food here, great service. You look at the bar, they have just a great menu of drinks and beer on tap. So I think you're going to see a success story here in the making. And it's really only the beginning in downtown Joliet. Downtown Joliet's coming back.
You hear that? Okay, we believe it.
You got it.
We believe it. We're on it.
Thanks, Dave.
John
Good to
Girl,
see you.
thank you.
You bet.
Take care.
Thank you.
Downtown Joliet. And the power, the core, the heart, and the pulse of the new J-Town. Joliet. Pam Owens, Executive Director of the City Center Partnership. First of all, welcome
Thank you, Richard.
to Juliet.
I'm so excited to be here. This is a day we've all been waiting for a long time. It's beautiful in here. I think this is going to be a real game changer for downtown Joliet.
How many meetings prior to this opening?
Oh my, dozens and dozens. But they're great guys who are opening it. They're very involved. They want to stay engaged with downtown. So that's the best news. But I really do think this is going to be a real catalytic project for downtown.
What's so interesting is they're so young and yet so experienced.
Yes.
Carmen is young, the chef is young, the managing partner is young. That is a plus, plus, plus. Plus they have so much experience.
Right. I mean, they're young and they know what they're doing. Yeah. I believe they have 6 restaurants in Chicago, and so they've really they've put together a good team to be able to get this far. So they're coming in with a great deal of experience, and the backing to be able to make this work in downtown Joliet.
And the chef was prior to here was at the Trump Tower and Madonna Country Club. I know Dick Schuster plays out there all the time. I've never been to the Trump, but I've been by on the river to look at the sign.
I haven't been to the Trump either, but I've walked past it.
Yeah, there you go. That counts. Pam, enjoy the evening, and thank you so much for your work in bringing Juliet, Cass, and Chicago and downtown Joliet here for you. Okay, so now we're going to have this probably a week from the day we're actually doing this, because we're only a couple of days away, where they're going to recognize, appreciate, respect, acknowledge Earl D'Amico for all that he has done for Joliet. And as a restaurateur, Mr. D'Amico, what do you think about Juliet?
Juliet is the most fabulous place in the world. I'm so proud of the city, and I'm happy to see that it's coming back now. Some of the places that have closed recently are opening up again, and we're getting business again. It's a great city. It's going to be great like it was before.
You bet. And maybe even better.
Better, I would hope so. I would think it would be better.
Yeah. Now, how many bow ties do you own?
Probably about 200 bow ties. It's the only thing I have that identifies me, because people know who I am when they see my bow tie.
Actually, you only have 199 bow ties because you gave me one.
I gave you one. Well, I hope you wear it. Good.
Well, I have to have my wife tie it, or I have to have you tie it, because I don't know how to tie a bow tie. But I'm wearing it for the Earl D'Amico Gala at the Joliet Museum. It's over with now, and we had a great time, didn't we?
We had a wonderful time. I was thrilled. I was just thrilled.
Good. Earl, thank you again so
my
much.
pleasure, my pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.
You know, there's always got to be a director of operations, and they've got one here in Juliet. Jason, what's your last name?
Felsenthal.
Yeah, easy for you to say.
Tongue twister.
Yeah. Well, Jason, we've been on the phone back and forth with each other, and we look forward, by the way, to maybe do some more of our Channel 6 shows here. We've had interview shows. Maybe we'll make out an arrangement to do them here at Juliet. Now, were you on the planning of this? How in the world did this come about?
One of our partners, Carmen Rossi, his family is from Frankfurt, so from this area, and we've always talked about him opening up a restaurant near his hometown. And so we looked at the space, sometime in early on in the spring, February, March. You can't beat this location, or you can't beat the way this place looks. And once we took one look at it, we knew that we wanted to open up here.
One of the things that people always ask is about parking. They always think, well, there's no parking. Well, in Chicago, there's no parking, and you've got 5 restaurants. Here in Joliet, in the evening hours, there's free parking for literally thousands of cars.
Well, we also have valet, and we'll have valet for everyone that comes. So no matter how cold it is, pull up right in front of the restaurant, and we'll valet a car for you.
I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe you would be the only restaurant that I'm aware of, certainly in Joliet, but in all of Will County, I don't believe there's one restaurant with valet parking.
Well, that's great to know.
Yeah.
And hopefully people will catch on, because I think valet is a really important aspect to getting people to come to your restaurant.
It really is, and you know what? There's a rumor that the 75 degrees we had today won't last. There's another rumor that there could be snow, ice, and slush in the next couple of weeks coming down from the north. So valet would be very, very nice convenience.
Well, that makes sense, because we are in the Chicagoland area, and weather is typically hot or cold.
Well, a big event is coming up, and I want to invite, I don't know if you're aware of it or not, but there'll be somewhere between 10 to 12,000 people coming downtown Joliet the day after Thanksgiving. We have a huge Light Up the Holiday Parade. Goes right by Juliet, and I remember watching parts of that parade up on your balcony up there. Regardless of the weather, there's always people that come in and do that. You're going to have a great crowd that night, and maybe if you come down for the parade, stop in and, find out. Because you have, 2 menus, right? Lunch and dinner?
We have a lunch and dinner menu. I also heard a rumor that if they come down, you're going to dress up as Santa?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great. Yeah. So come to Juliet's on the day after Thanksgiving, and you'll see, for food, and you'll see him dressed up as Santa, too.
Now, there is a little problem with that, because Carmen asked me to dress up as a snow princess.
Oh. Well, for an hour, you can dress up as a snow princess. Another hour, you dress up as Santa. Just keep switching.
It'll be worth coming. Don't miss it. Did I tell you where it's at? Chicago and Cass Street, downtown Joliet. Jason, I think it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely. Nice meeting you, too.
Take care.
Bye, TV Land.
Well, hopefully, Pat, can you hear me? Our guest of honor, Pat Dazzler, can you hear me? Yes, good. Okay. And I'll shout, too, because I'm good at that. First of all, thank you all for coming. I promised to only be a few minutes. It's penance for the drinks and food that you have to listen to me, but we'll see at the end if it was worth it. This has been awesome. This has been an awesome experience from start to finish. For those of you who I have not had the pleasure in meeting yet, my name is Carmen Rossi. I am the owner here at Juliet's. We officially opened on Tuesday, October 7th. I did want to give a little bit of a background because this project itself has been very important to me. It's been a very special and emotional journey. I am from Frankfurt. My parents still live in Frankfurt. And I'm a Lincoln Way graduate. I then went to the University of Illinois. I love that. And liberal arts education. I got my master's. I then went to law school. It was 10 years in school, which the only thing that's impressive about that is it's 3 more years than both Van Wilder and Tommy Boy. So that's actually, I'm proud of being in good company. While I was in law school, I actually clerked at Jim Glasgow's office, our state's attorney. And second and third year, I clerked at Block Lucas Manzella with Tom Manzella and Mike Block, and BKM is right across the street from the courthouse. So I was downtown quite a bit, and then you know, I graduated in 2012. I went to I started practicing over at BKM, and you fast forward to about March of 2013. I brokered and purchased at my first place, Hubbard Inn in River North, downtown Chicago. Hubbard Inn has been a very special project, big project, and it's been great as a breeding ground for me. You fast forward then 18 months from March, and tonight is where we're at. It's my 6th restaurant. It's my first journey back home. I'm very proud to be in Will County. I'm very proud of this project. Joliet is, I looked around in the neighboring municipalities and cities and had been familiar with the area, but I found this building, and it's an incredibly beautiful building. We're at the corner of Chicago and 30, where, you know, the Rialto Theater. One of my favorite memories is seeing Jerry Seinfeld with some friends growing up. Harris Casino right here, being across from the casino. Admittedly, not as many positive memories as I would like, but nevertheless, good tax support base, you know, a lot of entertainment. So the infrastructure from a development and engineering perspective, this downtown Joliet is laid out to encourage dramatic and considerable growth. And with that growth comes hospitality. So I'm very proud of that, to be a part of that. All the way down to when I recall reaching out to our mayor, Mayor Girani. He had set up a meeting for us with his staff. I gave my background. I cannot say enough how incredibly supportive his office has been. And they really were the feet to getting this project off the ground. They spoke with such passion about the downtown and how important it was to develop this area that I was ready to do, you know, I was ready to open the next day. That was in early summer, and now, you know, we're in October, early fall, and we're ready to go. So I especially want to thank you for being here, but I want to thank you from day one. It's meant a great deal to me. Along with the thank you train, I have to thank my parents, Ray and Terry, wherever they are. My dad is actually talking over there. They've been supporters since the inception, which is surprising to me because I know I could be a shit, but they spent a great deal of time here after work on the weekends helping to get open. You know, my mother's actually staying on board. She's going to be helping facilitate the events in the catering space, where, you know, everyone in here is obligated now to throw an event on the 2nd floor, so you'll have to see my mom, Terry. She's working with her best friend, which I think is awesome, Jan Rizzuto. Jan has been a huge rock to this project. So Jan's staying on board as well. I then have to give a very special nod to 2 members on my in my corporate team. These 2 guys have to deal with me 24/7, 365. All the emails, texts, phone calls, neurotic tendencies. The first being Bob Zerenner. Is Bob anywhere? Bob is a storied chef, absolutely amazing. He serves as our corporate chef for all the restaurants. From the front of the house, Jason Felsenthal, Director of Operations. Jason did say, please hold your applause until the end unless it's for me. That was a joke. Jason gets a special nod because, you know, with our attitude towards aggressive expansion, we needed somebody to be on site all the time, and that was Jason. Our in-house team, first of all, our boss, Eric Stark. Eric was the manager at Hugo's in Naperville, which is a great restaurant. He left a very successful restaurant group to join us. And so we've been very blessed by that fact. And I will do good on my promise to compete with your former boss. We have Tom Murtaugh, our chef. Tom is our chef. Tom opened up the Trump downtown Chicago and is a Will County resident. Yes, love that. And then Chris Shannon, his sous chef. Chris is working, good. Tom should be working. So a lot of thanks there. I have to say it again, I really appreciate everybody coming out. The support from the community has been overwhelming. I'm going to finally end with introducing a woman who, when I started my hospitality career, which albeit wasn't that long ago, she helped an outsider to Chicago find his footing. So she introduced me to a lot of key players. I've recently had dinner with our governor. I've hosted our governor a number of times, as well as a number of prominent politicians in the state. I have a great relationship with Mayor Rahm Emanuel. I had dinner with him on Monday. We're coordinating for him we're going to have lunch here next week. But you know, the biggest celebrity in my life is Pat Brickhouse. And she has helped from the beginning of all this. So she's in charge of our PR.
Communications is some more sophisticated.
Communications, excuse me. I work for her, and I get yelled at an awfully lot.
Communications and marketing.
Communications and marketing, as Pat will say. So
yes.
I am going to turn it over to Pat. Pat wanted to say a few words.
I got to talk into the microphone. Do I have to? Is this all right, Mayor? Is this all right, Carmen?
Terrific.
All right. One of these things that I'm going to dedicate to Juliet's tonight, both have to do with my late great husband, the broadcaster Jack Brickhouse. And I was simply lucky enough to be married to him. It is, a lot of you people don't know this, but Jack Brickhouse was made an honorary citizen of Joliet. This was when he came down here to make an appearance in 1981. And they made him an honorary citizen, so I'm an honorary citizen by osmosis. And Carmen, we're going to have to find a special place on the wall to hang this. But then I also have a little surprise Carmen doesn't know about that I'm going to dedicate tonight. They had a very special day at Wrigley Field on July 25th. It was called the Brickhouse Bobblehead Day. And there was a limited edition of, they went on eBay the next day for over $100, believe it or not. It was the only one that had a chip in it with Ernie Banks' 500th call, where Jack goes, "Whee! Oh, everyone on your feet, it's out of here, hey, hey!" Anyway, Carmen, I snitched one. I want this will be locked up somewhere in Juliet's.
That's great.
From me to you, very special.
Thank you very, very much.
God bless. Come on.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pat.
Please. Just, Carmen was a pleasure to work with. He knew what he wanted. We knew what we could give him. And I just want to thank you for investing in our city, and you did a beautiful job. Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Well, again, thanks for coming. Enjoy, mingle, share. We'll see you at Juliet's.
With all the folks here tonight, one of the special people that I like to always interview and always talk to because she's at all the great events, Councilwoman Jan Coleman. What do you think about tonight?
I am totally amazed at this place. It's fabulous. The food is excellent, and the camaraderie here. And I'm just glad that someone took care over this building and making it a wonderful restaurant with good food, good ambiance, and good cocktails.
Yeah. Wasn't it kind of a sweet moment when Pat Brickhouse giving the dedication of Jack Brickhouse as a citizen of Joliet and the bobblehead?
Well, I was amazed by her. I met her previously during the evening, and fabulous lady. And I have to tell you something cute. I said to her, I love Jack. I grew up with him. And she said, I loved him more.
Yeah, she's feisty, all right. Jake Coleman, thank you so much for what you do for the city of Joliet.
Oh, thank you, Richard.
Take care.
Come on down to Juliet's. If you don't, you'll be missing out.
You bet. Thank you. City Manager Jim Hock, first of all, welcome to the grand opening of Juliet. I know there's got to be a story or two about how this all came about and working with the ownership of Juliet and the city.
Yeah, we were approached by Carmen Rossi, and he came in and said he wanted to bring this unique concept to the town. And we talked about the menu. We talked about what kind of things would be successful in our perspective. So he did a lot of groundwork working with the city, and hopefully some of the ideas we gave them, they've adopted here and will help in their success.
Well, he's had 5 successes. Well, this is restaurant number 5, and by the time you see this, he'll be opening up restaurant number 6 in Chicago. So he's so young and yet so many different restaurants, and then his background is as a lawyer. It's amazing.
Right. It is tremendous that he's got a background with Joliet, so he understands the downtown, he understands the residents, and he understands the concept that will bring people to the downtown to make this a much more enjoyable experience for the residents.
Would you say this is kind of a linchpin to getting additional businesses coming down here as we look forward to 2015?
I certainly hope so. We've got the Lockdown right across the street. Mojo's is across the street over here. A lot of the people that wait in line there, we hope they're going to come over here for a drink and a dinner. And one of the things that we're going to do is replace all of these old pavers in front of Lockdown and Juliet's here and make it an inviting place out in front of the businesses for residents that are waiting for a table, hopefully, to sit and enjoy.
Well, that's great news, by the way, great news. The other thing is that Juliet, I believe, is the only restaurant in Joliet, possibly in Will County, with full service valet service.
We're working on that, and tonight's the first night. So,
well, I've seen most of the vehicles have come here tonight, with the exception of maybe the local people like us have come in their vehicles. They're right behind the camera right now, parking, and then the valets take over from there. Jim Hock, thank you for what you do for the city of Joliet.
I appreciate it.
Take care.
Have a good night.